We are going to discuss today the digital citizenship. But first, what we'll discuss today is what is digital citizenship? We will define our role in the digital community, a framework for success. We will introduce the 9 elements of digital citizenship, responsible engagement in action, analyzing a model blog post and discussion. What would you do? We will give some scenarios and examples in exploring the real world digital dilemmas and the takeaways and action steps. First, what is digital citizenship? Digital citizenship can be defined as the norms of appropriate, responsible behavior with regard to technology use, includes a culture where technology users are taught how to protect themselves through education and training. Just like in real world community. Being a good digital citizen means respecting others, protecting yourself in your information, contributing positively. Digital citizenship refers to how we behave, interact, and take responsibility in online world. Just like how we have responsibilities in our real world communities. We also have rules and values to follow when we use technology. It is about understanding the norms of appropriate and responsible behavior with regard to technology use. This means using the internet, social media, and digital tools in a way that is safe, respectful, and beneficial to everyone. Digital citizenship also promotes a culture where users are educated and trained on how to protect themselves and use technology wisely. Being a good citizen means respecting others by showing kindness, avoiding cyberbullying, and valuing different opinions online, protecting ourselves and your information. Keep personal data safe using strong passwords and being cautious about what you share. Contributing positively, sharing helpful content, engaging in meaningful discussions, and using technology to make a positive impact. In short, citizenship teaches us that technology is powerful, but it should be used with responsibility, respect, and awareness, just like how we behave in our everyday communities. Ate Gretchen, si Kapo next.
Tackling the importance of digital citizenship.
Ay, sige po.
The importance of digital citizenship. There are four. First, encourage safe, responsible technology use. This means that digital citizenship teaches people how to use the internet and digital devices in a way that protects themselves and others. It promotes a mindful approach to technology rather than a careless one. Second, build positive digital reputation. Our online action creates a digital footprint. Being a good digital citizen helps individuals cultivate a positive reputation, which can be important for the social, academic, and professional lives. It's about presenting oneself in a respectful and trustworthy manner online. Third, protect against online risk. This point refers to the defensive aspect of digital citizenship. By understanding things like privacy setting, phishing scams, and cyberbullying, individuals can take a proactive steps to protect themselves from respectful communication. The importance of good manners and empathy in online interactions. It encourages people to communicate respectfully, avoid hurtful languages, and contribute positively to online discussions, which helps create a more civil and inclusive digital environment. Calling for Mr. Godwin James to continue this discussion. James,
The electronic framework for function, the nine elements. The nine elements, uh, digital access, digital commerce, digital communication, digital etiquette, digital literacy, digital health and welfare, digital law, digital rights and responsibility, and last, digital security and privacy. And number one, respect yourself and others. A. Etiquette. Etiquette are online manners. We must be responsible in social media. We should practice empathy, respect boundaries, and choose words carefully. And also, we communicate properly without hurting people. B. Access. Provide equal opportunities online means having fair chances to use the internet, phones, or computers. Things we need to join online classes, chat with family, or find work. We must make sure that everyone gets this. So no one feels left behind in the digital world. And C, law. Obeying digital rules means following online rules like not stealing others' work, hacking, or spreading harmful fake news. We must obey this to stay safe and respect people's rights just as a real world laws keep communities fair and orderly. Number two, educate yourself and connect with others. A. Communication. Use clear and kind words. Communication in digital citizenship is how we chat, post, or message online. Sharing clearly while being kind and respectful. We must listen as much as we speak. Think words to keep digital talks positive and fair for everyone. And B. Literacy. Be informed and aware of digital tools, meaning using tech wisely, not just basics, but spotting fake news, protecting privacy, and avoiding online tricks. We should learn these skills to share true info, stay safe, and navigate the digital world confidently. And C. Commerce. Be smart in online buying and selling. Commerce in digital citizenship is buying, selling, or paying online, like shopping for goods, paying bills, or selling handmade crafts. We must use secure sites, guard, and payment, for example, the credit card, and be honest when selling to keep digital transaction fair and safe for everyone. And last, protect yourself and others. A. Right and responsibilities. Know your digital right. In digital citizenship, rights are our entitlement, such as privacy for personal data and safe, respectful space to share ideas. And these are responsibilities including protecting others' private info, verifying news before posting, respecting diverse opinions, reporting bullying or scams, and last, avoiding plagiarism. We must balance these rights with mindful action to keep online communities fair and kind. B. Safety or security. Keep data private means protecting our info and selves online using strong passwords, avoiding sketch links, and lacking private data like addresses or bank details. We must stay alert to scams, not share sensitive codes and update devices to avoid hacks or harm. And last, health and wellness. Balance screen time and well-being means caring for our bodies and mind online, taking screen breaks to rest eyes, moving instead of sitting too long, and stepping back when social media feels overwhelming. We must set time limits and prioritize real life connections to stay balanced and avoid burnout.
Responsible engagement in action. This basically means that as digital citizens, we should use technology and the internet responsibly in our daily lives. For example, when we're online, we often encounter fake news, cyberbullying, or even issues about privacy. It's important that we know how to recognize these things and respond in the right way. We can practice this by joining blogs, using social media, or even through class discussion like this one. The goal is to reflect on the issues and think critically before we believe, share, or act on what we see online. So, in short, being responsible online means applying respect, honesty, and awareness in everything we do on the internet. Next. What would you do? Now, let's go to this scenario. A student copies and pastes an answer directly from a website without citing the source, then submits it as their own work. You're given three choices. A. Submit it anyway because the teacher won't notice. B. Edit the work slightly so it doesn't look the same. C. Cite the source properly and write the assignment in your own words. So, what's the responsible action here? Clearly, it's letter C. Because when we copy something without giving credit, that's called plagiarism. It's dishonest and it doesn't help us learn. Instead, the right thing to do is to cite the source, meaning we acknowledge where we got the information and then put it into our own words. That way, we're showing honesty, responsibility, and also providing that we really understood the lesson.
Suspicious link. You receive a message from a classmate's account saying, "Click this link to win free load." You're not sure if it's real. So what is the responsible action? Wait lang. Um so it's letter C. Do not click the link, confirm with your classmate if they really sent it, and report it if it looks like a scam. So so you need to be sure if um if it's um if totoo yung link na sinend sa'yo para iwas scam. You borrow your sibling's phone to attend online class. You notice they are still logged into their personal social media account. So what is the responsible action? So letter B, log out after using the device to respect their privacy. So you need to respect your siblings' privacy kasi meron naman po tayong kanya-kanyang privacy and you just borrowed your sibling's phone. So hiniram mo lang yung phone niya. So you need to respect your siblings' privacy po.
So let's proceed to the K takeaways. As you can see, there are five K takeaways. And the number one, I will be critical thinker. I will post it and vary information before I share it. This means I will post think and vary information before sharing it so I don't spread misinformation. Then number two, I will be kind and respectful. I will remember there's human on the other side of the screen. Number three, I will stay safe online. I will use strong passwords and avoid sharing sensitive information carelessly. Number four, I will be a responsible learner. I will use digital resources to grow my knowledge and not to cheat or copy without giving credit. Lastly, I will protect my privacy and respect others. I will think before I post personal information or photos of people. So, these takeaways serve as our guide and becoming responsible digital citizens. We need to think before we share to avoid spreading false information. Presentation, I hope you have a better understanding of what it means to be a responsible digital citizens. So let's all commit to making a positive impact online and protect and up in the digital world. Thank you for listening.
Okay, class, do you have any questions on the report? Questions? Maliwanag ba yung ni-report nila? Naintindihan ba? Okay, I have a question to the reporters. To the reporters, how can you promote positive digital citizenship among your classmates and friends? To the reporters, how can you promote positive digital citizenship among your classmates and friends? Anyone from the reporters? Paano niyo ipopromote yung positive digital citizenship? Especially when you are online. Wala. Nagtatawag ba ako ng mga reporters ng sasagot? Pwede pa hide na ng presentation yun. Para makita ko kung sino yung mga naka-open cam. Naka-cellphone. cellphone yung ginamit ni Hana. Miss Divina, can you answer my question? How can you promote positive digital citizenship among your classmates and friends? Wala ba? Paano? Halimbawa, nandun kayo sa isang GC. Ano ba yung mga nakalagay kanina dun sa report nyo? As a digital citizen. Binasa nyo ba yung reports nyo? Or hindi? Nandun pa kanina, yung nakalagay kanina, report ni Mr. Balvin.
Ma'am, yung etiquette, ma'am, that we must follow the rules and be responsible on social media, ma'am.
Yes, very good, Mr. Balvin, di ba? Nandun yung netiquettes, di ba? Or online etiquettes na kailangan nating i-follow. We need to be a responsible person when we are connected to the internet. So, paano naman yung pakikipagsalamuha mo sa mga classmates mo pag nandun ka sa GC? Can you give us an example? May mga nangyari na bang instances dun sa GC ninyo? Na halimbawa is, may nabully na ba sa GC ninyo? Or meron na ba kayong napagkatuwaan na mga messages or mga pictures sa GC ninyo? Meron na ba? Ayaw niyong sumagot. Especially when you are in the group chat. Di ba? Kahit sabihin pa natin, wala dun yung teachers. Kayo-kayo lang ng mga magka-classmates doon. Nagiging cautious ba kayo sa pagsisend ng mga message, even posting something on your timeline? Ano ba yung nakalagay kanina dun sa pinaka-last part? Sabi niya dun, you need to not behind, di ba? Behind those devices or those social media is human pa rin yung gumagamit ng mga accounts na yon. So may nararamdaman pa rin yung tao na gumagamit ng social media na yon. So kung nandun kayo sa GC, hindi natin maiiwasan that may mga biruan na nagaganap, mga ganon, di ba? Pero we need to be responsible enough when sending a message. Kailangan i-proofread din natin yung mga sinesend natin na messages. Kasi it might cause a misunderstanding to our friends or to our classmates. Kasi hindi pare-pareho po ang pagkakaintindi ng mga tao based doon sa sinend mo na message. Meron kasing classmate na maikli yung kordon. Yung sa tingin natin is, it is just fun. Nagbibiroan lang tayo. Pero be mindful that jokes are half meant. So, meron kasing ganun. Marami kasing instances na nangyari na may nabully. Meron sila nakita na kamukha nila sa social media, sinend dun sa group chat, pinagkatuwaan ng mga classmates. And yung kamukha niya na yun is maikli pala yung kordon niya. 'Di ba? So, para maging, na hindi natin masasaktan yung mga friends natin or classmates natin, be mindful of what we post. Isipin din natin, di ba? You always remember the golden rule. Do not do unto others what you do not want do others do unto you, and do unto others what you want others do unto you. So, kung ayaw mong gawin nila sa'yo, huwag mong gagawin sa kapwa mo. Di ba? So, huwag basta-basta. Kailangan talaga is maayos. We really need to promote positive digital citizenship even when posting on social media accounts. hindi lahat ng nararamdaman natin dapat is binobroadcast natin sa social media. Especially pag may galit ka sa isang tao. Hindi mo dapat na pinupost sa wall mo yon. Kasi there are some HRs, di ba? Kasi ngayon kasi pag nag apply ka, hinihingi din kasi nila yung mga social media accounts. So some HR is nag-check din po sila ng mga social media accounts if yung anger mo is pinopost mo, di ba? Yung hindi mo ma-manage yung anger mo. That even napakasimple lang na galit mo sa isang tao is pinopost mo sa social media. So, pwedeng isipin yun ng company, what if, di ba? Simpleng issue lang, ipopost mo na agad sa social media. Pag halimbawa, you are aiming to work in a very prestigious company, and yet, lahat ng galit mo sa mga kapitbahay mo, sa kaklase mo dati, sa teachers mo, pinopost mo sa social media. Hindi mo makontain yung anger na yun. Okay, sa tingin mo, i-hire ka kaya ng isang company na halimbawa gustong-gusto mo yung company na yun, pero very strict naman sila, yung HR nila, very strict sa mga ganyan. You cannot manage your anger. Yan. So, we need to be very mindful. And then, sa pakikipag jowa, di ba? Especially sa mga girls out there, alam naman natin there is already a screenshot and screen recording, mga ganyan. So we need to avoid doing unnecessary things online. Kahit pa sabihin mong mahal na mahal ka niya, di ba? It is not a proof showing something to that person kasi you don't know at the end of the day, hindi pala kayo nagkatuluyan, and then ilalabas niya yung mga na-screenshot niya or mga na-records niya. One more thing, hindi po proof ng sobrang pagmamahal yung pagbibigay ng password ng mga account. Yan. That is your personal account. So, kung mahal ka ni guy or ni girl, irerespeto niya yon. Dapat kasi there's always a trust. Hindi mo dapat ini-invade yung privacy. Kahit pa sabihin mo na jowa mo na siya. Kahit nga mag-asawa, kailangan pa rin. There's still pa rin dapat respeto na account niya yan. Unless willing siya talagang ibigay dun sa asawa niya. Pero as much as possible talaga, wag. Lalo na pag jowa. Kasi what if at the end of the day, mag-break kayo, yan, papalitan na niya yung account mo, yung mga username, password mo, tapos may mga tinatago ka pala doon ng mga pictures or mga conversation na hindi pwede palang ilabas. So, to protect ourselves, we need also to protect our own social media accounts, our own privacy, even your privacy in your social media account. Gawin mo na lang is hindi siya dapat naka-public. Pag pumunta ka sa Google Chrome, and then you write your full name, and then na-search mo, lumabas lahat doon lang mga social media account mo, ibig sabihin, all your social media accounts are in public. So, to prevent from anyone na madali ka niyang ma-search online, why not put your social media account na naka-friends, ano ba yun, yung mga friends of friends mo lang, yung pwedeng or can you do that? Pwede mo namang i-private din, i-lock mo yung profile mo, para yung mga friends mo lang yung pwedeng makapag-access. Sa mga classmates, may mga question ba kayo sa reporters? Kasi yung mga classmates, yung mga other reporters, natatakot yata silang magtanong. Baka tanungin nyo din sila pag sila yung nag-report. Hannah, can you give me the summary of your report? Hannah, naka-mute ka. Ganda ng bahay nila, Hannah. Oh.
Ma'am, digital citizenship means that the internet and the digital devices should have responsibility, and you should be respectful to others in digital, and especially your safety and the safety of others on the social media.
Okay. Or in other words, digital citizenship, it refers to the responsible and ethical use of technology and the internet. So it emphasizes our understanding the rights, responsibilities, and opportunities that come with using digital tools. So technology, it is really a very powerful tool, pero it comes with responsibilities. Our online actions have real-world consequences. So it's important to act ethically and respectfully. Protecting personal information and privacy is also essential. And practicing safe and responsible behavior online will promotes a positive digital environment for everyone. So being a responsible digital citizen, it helps you to build trust, credibility, and respect in online communities. So may mga question pa ba? Question? Anyone? Wow, may question? Kaya ang agsasaudag iti daduma. Siguro nagpa-attendance sak lang rin. Sino ba ti absent? Magpapa-attendance muna ako. Pero ang hindi ko kasi nakita is, nandyan ba si Mr. Mostoles? Siya kasi hindi ko nakaano dito na attendance. Mostoles, Carloyd, wala. Pa-raise na lang ng hand kung nakaano. Yung mga tatawagin ko yung mga hindi ko na i-record kasi tinignan ko na yung listahan kung sino yung mga naka-record. Jovelyn, Moniz, wala din. Jenny Olpindo, wala din. Marlene Ropero, wala. Chantel, wala din si Chantel. Lorenzo Palmares. Okay, so sila yung mga absent. So the rest, nakuha ko na kasi kanina yung mga pangalan. So kung wala ng question, would you mind opening your cam? Open na po ng cam. 14. How about the 14? Adjust. Lagay na natin lahat para... Okay, smile. May mga plus points yung naka-open cam. Yung mga hindi nag-open cam, bahala kayo. Open na lahat. Ayan, o, di ba? Open na ng cam, bilis. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, may question pa? So I will be posting the quiz. It will be available on Monday again. And it is only 24 hours open. Okay? Sa mga hindi naka-quiz ng lesson 6, sorry, pero magiging strict na ako. Itong lesson 7 natin, I will be posting it in Canvas. Available ulit siya ng Monday from 8:30 to 10. 8:30, Monday 8:30 to Tuesday 8:30. May klase ba kayo bukas online? Ay, face-to-face? Friday.
Ma'am, wala po.
How about Friday?
Wala pong pass.
Wala kayong pasok ng Thursday and Friday?
Yes.
Friday po meron, ma'am.
Friday meron.
Mamada po.
Okay, kasi yung Thursday, kasi bukas wala kasi kami. Pupunta kami ng main campus. So, okay naman, wala naman pala kayong pasok. But Friday is, that will be Teacher's Day. So, hindi rin naman magkaklase. Half day lang din naman yung Teacher's Day. Okay, may question? Wala na? Any violent reaction?
Ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am,
pag wala na, yes.
Question, ma'am.
Ano yun?
Kailan po yung next report?
Next report will be on next Wednesday. Ano ba yung next Wednesday?
Thank you po.
Oo, para makarami tayo before the intrams. Kasi magkakaroon tayo ng intrams on the 3rd week. So, tapusin natin yung pangalawang reporter. Then, post tayo ng 1 week for the intrams. Then, after the intrams, yung pangatlong reporter. Ganun na lang. Ay, ang cute ng baby. Hi, baby! Sige. Okay, sige na. Kung wala nang question, ingat.
Sino ti baby dito?
Bye, ma'am.
See you on Friday. Punta kayo no Friday.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
ma'am.
Ang cute ng bahay ni Hana. Bye.
Ay, okay.